Hello, guys.
Hey.
My name is Dominic, and I'm joined by Jana and Jess. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How are you? Yeah.
Pretty good, especially because we have just seen the Lithuanian final for Eurovision, and we have our 16th song. So the winner is Jana. Let us know.
The winner is Monica with the song "Stay."
Yes, a familiar face, so to say, because she was already the participant of Eurovision in 2015 with what was his name again?
Vidas.
Vidas, yes, with an amazing song, I must say. So, first off, what do you think about it, Jess? Were you expecting her victory?
Do you know what? So I was watching all of the songs for the first time tonight. Hadn't heard anything before. And Monica's song was definitely one that I saw as a real contender to win. And I initially thought either Monica or Beatrich would win the final tonight. And so I'm not necessarily surprised that Monica won because she had a very good song. And a very good staging as well. And I've just realised our second Monica for Lithuania in Eurovision. After Monica Lu.
Yeah, true. Maybe the name was the deciding factor. And because she's a returner, we had 3 Monicas, even though that's the same, within 8 years. That's impressive. So, I agree with you. So before we go to Jana, let's say hello to Mr. System 96. Hi. Good to see you. And Sarah Helen, of course. Hello. Jana. So, first reaction to that.
So it was not my personal favorite, but I can see why it won because it's a really cute song. In the beginning, it was really slow, so I already thought maybe it's a bit too slow for me personally. But then it got elevated so much. The performance also got so much better, in my opinion. We had the backing singers suddenly. They reminded me of the Mamas from Sweden somehow.
Yeah.
I loved how they were standing in a circle and then singing with Monica together. That was amazing. I loved that moment so much. And she's a good artist. Her voice is really good. So, she will do great, I think.
Yeah. Before we go on, hello, Vincent. Nice to see you. You are rooting for Rūta, even though you're happy about Monica as well, I think. Hello, Mark. You are saying that it's a deserved win, but not a winner or contender for Eurovision. We will come to that later on. And I'm happy. I'm pleased with the result. She was a very good closer of the show. She was the second to perform, the last one to perform. And I fully understand why she is the winner of the jury. So she won the jury vote and she got second by the televote. And I wrote down it was less than 200 votes behind Rūta. Winner. And Rūta came second in the jury. And then we had a tie break. And then we were a bit confused, how did it go now? Usually the televote is the deciding factor, but Lithuania was no, the televote is not important. Let's stick to the jury. So Monica is the winner. It was very confusing. Anyway, so about the performance, I agree. The staging was great. I love the implementation of the backing singers. That they were a crucial part of the performance. I think vocally she sounded amazing and probably better than 2015 because I remember that I really liked the song, but I was a bit let down of the vocal performance. So I think she has improved since then. And also I had the feeling that the song is very personal for her. And she felt very emotional, and I like that. So, that's very, very nice to see. Hello, Ray Bailey. You are not very happy about the result. Every time we're talking about a song, you're disappointed. I mean, maybe we will find the right song for you somehow, or someday we will, for sure. I also think the staging in general was pretty good. I remember that quite a few performances had good staging, and I wrote that down. Okay, this could have been a package for Liverpool already. And I think Monica is one of them. Don't you agree with that? Do you think she should change anything from the performance?
Maybe she could have a bit more in the beginning because there was not much going on for me. I just like the colors a lot. The ending was amazing. I would really keep the ending with the backing singers, but she could maybe do something else for the beginning or middle part.
Jess?
I really liked the staging that she had. I thought the whole color scheme and the whole choreography worked very well with the style of the song. And I would like to see them keep something similar to this, especially with the backing vocalist on stage with her at Liverpool this year. I think it worked well, and maybe just kind of enhance it, maybe revamp it a little bit, but overall keep it similar, I think, because in my opinion, it works.
Fully agree with you. So only like a few changes here and there, but it was a good package. And I mean, she won the final, so there must be some appeal to it, definitely. Are there any other songs you would have seen as a winner instead of Monica?
Yeah,
Yes.
for me, there are two more.
Okay, who? Diana,
My
let us
first
know.
one was Beatrich. I think we're going to talk about her anyway. So
Yes, we will.
I will skip that for now. I also really love Gabrielius. He was like the second last to perform. And it was the only song completely in Lithuanian. So that was like a big plus for me. It was also really like my kind of music. I could really connect to the song. He was also good looking, I have to say that. No, but the song was really good. I really liked it. Yeah, it was in Lithuanian, so I will put it on my playlist probably. And I would love to see him a bit higher in the list because he was quite low for my taste. So yeah.
Yeah. Jess, what are your thoughts?
Well, my other winner besides Monica was Beatrich. I thought she had the overall package in terms of the song and the staging and the live performance. And I do think that would have made a great entry for Lithuania. And I could have easily seen that, doing very well for Lithuania at Eurovision. But I am still very happy for Monica and Stay. That's also a great entry for Lithuania.
Yeah, so Beatrich came. It's hard to pronounce it. Is it Beatrich?
Beatrich, yeah.
We have a German pronunciation like Beatrix. Maybe it's the Lithuanian version.
I think I said Beatrich, yeah.
Yeah, and she came third with both the jury and the turnabout, so third place overall. I think it should have been higher. I like the package. She was so confident. I think she had the best stage presence of the whole show. She felt very comfortable and easy. It was like a concert. I think the sound was very modern, and I think especially the British audience would have loved that because it sounded very British. And I don't know, Jess, you need to help me with this, but it sounds like a song they would have voted for. Do you agree with that?
Yes and no. I'll say.
I take that. That's okay. Okay, yeah. So I think there were quite a few strong songs. So usually in Lithuania, it's always a clear favorite. I mean, let's remember the Rūta, that was pretty obvious, and also Monica last year was like a more or less clear favorite to win this. But I think this year was pretty close, and we can see that with the results because
Very unpredictable, yeah.
The second were pretty close up together. And I would mention maybe a few more which could have been a winner. Of course, Rūta. It's like probably the Lithuanian Rita. I don't know. Yeah, she came second with the tie, which is like so close. And I feel a bit sorry for her. She came second with the jury and first with the televote. Only no victory here, but still. Her song was called So Low, and it was very 80s, like all over the place. If you really like play this in the 1980s, no one would have noticed that this is from 2023. But I think like this is so modern at the same time. It's dated, but also modern because like think about Stranger Things. I think if they would have played that as well, no one would notice. And it has a very good staging. It suited that as well with the neon lights and roller skaters. Why not? Because you can. I don't know. It's Lithuania. It's a bit all over the place. We know that. But it was like, I don't know, a good placement or a good production. I really enjoyed that. Especially like the telephone box. I was like, okay, maybe they had that somewhere and they wanted to use that. And Rūta was like, yeah, I will go for it. It was a bit all over the place, but somehow it worked for me. I don't know. Jess, what do you think about Rūta?
I mean, I preferred the staging to the song, if I'm honest with you. It wasn't my favorite song of the evening. However, I do very much appreciate the 80s vibe going on in the song because I just love 80s music. But apart from the 80s sound, there wasn't much more about the song that was really grabbing my attention. But the staging with all these kind of neon lights, the foam box, the cowboy hat, everything, that was very kind of engaging and kind of got my attention. And even if it maybe was a bit strange and maybe, in my opinion, didn't work 100%, it was definitely eye-catching, which I guess is a good thing. But I was surprised to see this do as well as it did. Maybe I was missing something. I don't know, but it just wasn't for me, I'm afraid.
Okay, so my baby is disagreeing with me here. He wanted Rūta. That was his favorite. Vincent as well, really appreciating the catchy song. And hello to class. Nice to see you. Hi. So, Jana.
Yeah, I mean, you said most of it already. I didn't have the song that high on my list. Honestly, the song is almost forgettable for me. I mean, I kind of forgot about the song already, but the staging and the performance elevated it so much. It was amazing. I mean, we had the skates on stage. You already mentioned the phone cell and the LED lights. Everything was 80s. I love 80s as well, so I was vibing with it, but only because of the performance, not really because of the song. I liked the melody. It was catchy, but that's it. And also, I didn't really understand the outfit with the cowboy hats. I mean, it was really suitable for her as a person, but maybe not really for the song, in my opinion. So I was a bit confused.
Yeah, I had the feeling that it was just the unique selling point. I just wanted to be like unique, even though the song doesn't suit at all. I also wrote down like maybe female Deepish Mode. It really sounded like that, especially because it was very, very low. So it was interesting to listen to it. It wasn't like a stereotypical voice you would expect from a woman, which I loved. So props to her. And I think, like, honestly, if you're so close to winning, I'm pretty sure she will return and then win this. I think she has potential for that. Yes, another one we should talk about. Personally, my fourth and final favorite. I had 4 favorites, and the other one left for me was Paulina. Let me try to say the other name. Paukštaitytė, and that's exactly how you pronounce it. And what the song "Let Me Think About Me," because I remember that, or at least in the internet, it was kind of considered as the fan favorite. There were a lot of fans and a lot of hype around it, at least in the Eurovision bubble. So, Jana, were you feeling that as well?
I don't know, not personally, I have to say. I also saw that that's internationally like quite popular, at least it was. It's a catchy song. You can easily connect to the song. You can vibe with the song. I also really like her bodysuit. It was amazing. She's a cool artist. I liked her voice, but the song didn't really stand out enough for me. So it was kind of a letdown for me. It was not bad though. It's not a bad song. It just, I don't know, was not the best of the night.
Okay, Jess?
Yeah, I think I would have to agree with Jana here. I think it's a good song, but it's kind of, to me, like a very generic pop song. And there's nothing that kind of makes it stand out enough, in my opinion. It's just a bit kind of forgettable and just like your average pop song. The staging, however, I thought was good. The color scheme, her outfit was very cool. I was loving that, but I wasn't wowed by the song itself. But I mean, Paulina is a great performer, as we saw. It would be great to see her come back with something stronger.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I liked the song and I was sold by her vocals, I think they were pretty good, especially because the song is very hard to sing. Very high, long notes. So props to her. I think she did very well. If there is no other artist you want to talk about, is there? Because then I would maybe come back to Monica, because I mean, she's the winner.
Maybe Senso, because they were standing out in another way. Maybe not because the song is that amazing, but it gave me Italian vibes. I think they also sang parts of it in Italian. It kind of reminded me of Il Volo, not because of the song, but because of how they were standing on the stage, the positioning. They were also like 4 people right next to each other. They have great voices. I think the harmonies were really good. But it was a bit powerless, in my opinion. The energy was lacking a bit. They could have done so much more with more energy and power, so that they can really transmit the emotions. Because I didn't really get any emotions listening to that song, but I think this is one of the songs you really need emotions for. Like, I don't know, they should have done more, I think. But it's an interesting song. It stood out, kind of.
Yeah, one note, they came last, unfortunately. So
Yes.
Jess.
I really liked their song, actually. It wasn't the strongest song in the competition or the most rememberable song, but it was kind of a very lovely, pleasant song to listen to, and they sounded great on stage. And I do feel like they're better than the song, and it would be nice to see them come back with a much stronger entry. But it was very nice to see this in the final, because it was obviously a very different style to what any of the other songs were, and it was a nice change. And I really enjoyed their performance.
Agree.
Yeah, so it was definitely a good addition, I think, even though the pacing of the show was a bit weird, because I was thinking like the middle was the best, like 4, 5, 6, and then it was kind of a ballad after ballad, because like 7, 8, 9 pretty I don't know, quiet songs, or maybe considered as ballads, so the pacing was a bit off for me personally. And maybe that was also a reason why Monica won the televote, because she was the closer and a bit more energetic and things. And so I think that was a good part for her. So yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Senso. They will forgive me, but the vocals were good, so props to them. So I would love to talk a bit more about Monica, because a few of the comments were talking about her. So hello, Niels Locke. You're happy with Monica winning, and we are also very, very happy. Hello, ambitious non-starter. You're happy about Monica as a pleasant surprise. I'm not sure if she was considered as the favorites. I'm pretty sure like one of the favorites, but not the favorite overall. At least that was my impression. And I'm not sure if she has won the semifinal, because I think she didn't. I think she came like third or so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, so that's always nice if someone doesn't win the semifinal, but then the final. Don't know why, but I always love that, because it makes it more exciting and not too predictable here.
Very unpredictable, yeah.
Definitely. So also Helen is very, very happy about it, which is cool. It's like saying that we would be better. So there's still some time to improve. I mean, she still has like 3 months to go. And I'm happy she will deliver, especially because she has some experience already. She knows how it works, even though like it's already 8 years ago. Eurovision got bigger and bigger, I think. So she will get used to it though, and make it a good performance.
Do you guys think there will be a revamp? Because I'm not sure.
You doubt it?
I have no idea, honestly.
I think some changes.
I don't think there's necessarily a need for a revamp, or not a big one anyway. I could see maybe just very small changes here and there, but any big changes, I don't think the song needs it.
Yeah, I think she already did some changes, because I can't really recall Lithuanian parts in the song and the semi. And then she implemented them. So that was a good choice and a smart choice, because as you have already said, only Gabrielius was the only full Lithuanian song, and I think it was very clever to include that as well. And I would love to see that in Liverpool as well, because Lithuania is awesome. Yes. So maybe we could go to Liverpool right now. Monica is now the representative of Lithuania. She's in the second semifinal, in the second half. And I wrote down some countries which might help her: Estonia, Poland, Georgia, UK. So I think she is in a good position when it comes to neighbor voting. Do you think she is a contender to qualify? And do you think she's dependent on these votes? Or do you think she can qualify on her own? Remember, it's only televote in the semifinal.
Yeah, that was the thing that was worrying me, because this is a ballad, and although ballads have done well with televote in the past, I think they typically would do better with juries. But like you said, she has a lot of countries that could potentially vote for her in the semi, and she does have a good song. We know that she's a great live performer, so I think potentially she could just make it into the top 10 and qualify, but I don't think that she would do amazingly well in the final. I don't think the song is strong enough.
Okay, Jana?
It's really difficult to predict, because there's so many factors we have to think about, because we don't know how the final performance is going to look on stage, how her outfit is even going to look, if she will have a revamp or anything. So it's really hard for me to predict. But from this based on this version right now, I think she's gonna have a difficult time to qualify, because I think she's a great artist with a really good voice, but I'm not sure if the song is standing out enough in comparison with other songs, because we also have Georgia, and they also have a great artist. We don't know the song yet, but okay, Estonia, I think as well. There's another ballad, so we have 2 ballads. Could be a bit difficult. Like, we also have this problem in the first semifinal with 2 boy groups, I would say. So I also think only one of them is going to qualify. Might be the same case here. So I think it could be difficult.
Okay, so I personally think she has a shot to qualify, but it's not as certain as I was in 2015. Mm-hmm. It's hard to say it already because we not even have half of the songs. But again, Estonia is in the semifinal, and it's a woman. I must say Alika is probably the stronger vocalist with the strongest sound. So when it comes to the Baltic battle, I would say Estonia is my favorite. We know all the Baltic songs now. Personally, she's my favorite, but I would put Monica second and definitely as a contender to qualify. But it's not 100% certain, unfortunately, for me. So I have seen a comment from Klaas saying that Latvia is his favorite.
I do agree.
And I remember that Klaas is from Latvia, isn't he?
Yes.
So you're biased. Your opinion is not valid. No, sorry. Kidding.
Shady.
So, shady, I know. So do you agree with me? Like, Estonia is your favorite, or is it maybe Latvia or Lithuania?
I think that's really subjective, because like my personal favorite is Latvia, for example, and I think there are many different rankings. We have like the EU fans ranking, the official odds, so it's very all over the place right now, I think. So it's really hard to judge right now.
I mean, my personal favorite of the Baltics is Estonia this year, but I think each of the Baltic entries is very strong in their own way. They all have their merits, and I think it's just an even game between them, really.
Yeah, so Peter is agreeing with me, and Jess that Bridges is the strongest song, but they're all pretty strong here. Vincent is predicting like need to crank up her charm to qualify. She does have a great voice, yes. And 2015 was the last time all the Baltics have qualified from the finals. Maybe this is a foreshadowing that that's gonna happen again. I don't know. So Hello likes the Baltic girls. Yeah, I think we only got 2. Latvia is not female, is it?
No.
No. Okay, I was recalling it correctly. That's good. Okay. Anything else you would like to talk about?
One thing I really enjoyed was Monica Lou in the interval act.
Oh yeah.
Performing Sentimentai, and I think her new single as well. Again, such a classy act in my opinion. She looks so cool and comfortable on stage. She sounds amazing. I could just have her at Eurovision every year, really.
Did you recognize her because she has had a different haircut?
Yeah.
She's so much better in my opinion.
Memorable last year, I think. So, but it's
so
good.
No, she's always very elegant. But I have to say, I like the whole show today in general. Like, it was quite short. We didn't have that many ads. I also like the beginning. I don't know if you saw it, Dominic, but the opening act, it was like really modern. It was like a dance choreography. It all kind of reminded me of Eurovision almost.
It's always a dance break. And
then we had like Twerky. How do we Twerky, right? From Ukraine. Okay.
Yeah, the one from Ukraine.
Yeah. And all the time they were like raising money for Ukraine. Have you seen all the sunflowers? It was so cute. I really liked it.
Because in the beginning we don't speak Lithuanian at all. Thinking like, what does that mean? Is that like a lottery? Is that?
It was like blue and yellow. So
and it was blue and yellow. And I'm like, wait, this flower isn't blue. And then I was thinking, maybe it's Ukraine, and it was. And I think they spent like 400,000 euros
in 7 minutes, I think. Yeah, so quite
amazing.
A lot of money, especially from such a small country like Lithuania. So maybe and it was very thoughtful, and I like that because pretty much every participant had this flower on stage. They always managed to get it somewhere on the clothes, which was fun. And also maybe one other act I would love to talk about is my favorite win of all time, Nickelodeon's with Arcade. He was so good. And he's still so good, and he always will be. I was very happy. He was part of the jury as well as Monica. That's why I'm coming here as well.
Yes.
Yes.
That
So
song never gets old.
definitely, Vincent is saying that Monica Leo was his highlight of the night.
Definitely one of them, yes.
And Lucia is very happy about the whole show in general. I must add one more thing. Lithuania was very clever to have it tonight because it was the only final we had. Remember last week we had a Super Saturday 8 finals. It was so hard to keep up. And some of them got overshadowed, I must say.
Yeah.
And so
Definitely.
I don't think they paid any attention at all about the other the other national finals. And they just like have their attention on the country itself, which is fine. But I think they did a good job over here, and I think they should spread it out way more than they did this year with last Saturday. That was too much, I think. Yeah, so good for them. Ambitious Non-Starter is saying that the whole show was fun, especially because the winner was very, very unclear, and it was a suspense moment, even though they should make it a bit more suspenseful about the voting. It's like, okay, here are the votes. Goodbye. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think the voting system in the Lithuanian national final was probably one of the most confusing. For somebody that doesn't speak Lithuanian, I had no idea what was going on, or who had won, or where all these votes were coming from. But it was still exciting to watch, even though I had no idea what I was watching.
Yes, same.
Yeah, it was a bit confusing. And I was initially thinking like, oh, Rūta has won because she won the televote. I mean, it's a tie, so of course she's going to win. And then there's like Monica. I'm like, wait, oh, okay. You? I mean, I like both of them, so I didn't really care.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I think your top 3 is really good overall.
Yeah, definitely. I would have loved to see either one of them.
Yeah.
Which is always a good thing, definitely. So, before we wrap it up, France is going to announce their representative. I mean, they did already, but the song. And do you have any like expectations here? Do you think the song is going to be fully in French? What do you think? What's going to be?
I expect a lot, to be honest, because she's quite big, I think. She's also one of the favorites, even though we don't have the song yet, but she has some really great songs. I think they're all in French, so I really expect a French song tomorrow. We have the title already. It's a French title. I think it's going to be something really classy, something really typical French, maybe with modern parts. So it's maybe also going to be a bit more up-tempo, like during the chorus. So yeah, something like that maybe.
Lucia is already sure that she's going to slay. Jess, what are your expectations?
I have high hopes for France this year. I think France are very keen to win Eurovision again soon. And, you know, I guess for the broadcaster to kind of give up their national final to internally select Lazara, they obviously must have seen something really good in her. And there must have been a very good song or a couple of song proposals that really kind of made them think this is what we need for Eurovision. So I have high hopes. I agree with Jana. I think we could get like a more kind of up-tempo version of something like Voila, like a typical French song, but more modern, more up-tempo perhaps. And I do think it's going to be one to watch. I just have a feeling.
Yeah. I mean, they're doing pretty decent in Junior Eurovision. First, second, third or so. So I think they have high expectations for Eurovision as well. And I think they're on a good track. And I think the last victory was like 4 years ago or something. So I have a feeling it's going to happen soon. And I think we have the feeling about Italy as well for certain years, 1 and 21. So yeah, it's going to happen soon. Maybe even this year. So Thomas Love is saying hello. So you
I remember this.
Yes, okay, that's good. Okay, then I think we can wrap it up. It was a pleasure to talk to you. If you like this live stream or video, you can subscribe, give us a like, follow our website because we always update it with the news. Because someone was asking about Melfest, and I wrote an article about it, and also about the other national finals. If you want to be informed, just take a look. So have a nice evening. See you again next time. Bye.
Bye.